Hi, my name is Joy Aman, and this is my Fun with Art video for Dr. Hewitt's PED 3304 course for Summer 1, 2016. Today I will demonstrate how to incorporate art into a 5th grade math class. The TEKs that will be addressed in this lesson are knowledge number 4H, which is to represent and solve problems related to perimeter and volume. And area, and then knowledge number 5, which is geometry and measurement. This is where the student will apply mathematical processes clarifying two-dimensional figures with attributes and properties. Then this lesson could also be extended to cover knowledge number 7, which is geometry and measurement, where the student would apply mathematical processes based on appropriate units. So converting units from inches to centimeters, metric system, converting measurements that way, or even just changing measurements and learning how to calculate the perimeter and area with different measurements. So those are the TEKs that we'll be addressing today. For the purpose of this video, I have done some prep work, but I will show you the overall thought process, and then you can elaborate, scale back, just depending on the developmental level of your group and the students that you will be teaching this to. Some students may need to do more, some students may need to do less, and I feel like this activity is very versatile and can be used in one classroom for several different levels developmentally. Okay, so the supplies that you will need. We've already talked about tissue paper. We will definitely need a variety of tissue paper. The more colors, the better, because you know children love colors, all ages, even big children like me. So you will need tissue paper. You will need scissors for each of your students to have so they can cut their own tissue paper. Of course, you will need glue, whether it's stick or bottle such as this. So you'll need that. And then you will also need geometric shapes. I've pre-printed some geometric shapes: rectangle, pentagon, and then a diamond/square. So you can determine how many different shapes you need, what size. They could be smaller, they could be larger, whatever you need to do for your specific class that you will be teaching. The idea behind this is for the student to take this two-dimensional object and understand perimeter. First of all, you want to make sure that that term is defined for your class, that it does mean adding all of the sides together, making sure that you represent that, especially since this is 5th grade, not just A plus A, B plus B plus B, that it could be 2A plus 2B, so that they can understand that there are shortcuts and ways to condense these formulas as they move towards algebra. Also, I have prepped for this class, for this video, I have prepped tissue paper squares. Now this part of the activity you can prep, you can assign to a student depending upon if you have a student that needs to be challenged. If they need to have extra work to do, they can absolutely assist you in this. Basically what I did is I eyeballed and attempted to cut out 1-inch squares. I will tell you that I did not succeed 100%. It is 1 and a little bit there, and saying, oh, this side is actually 1 inch. So having this in mind, if your students are going to be cutting these, please take that into consideration as they complete their projects, that some will have bigger pieces of tissue squares that they will apply to the geometric shape. Some will have smaller ones, and those dimensions will vary. So the thought process is you have all of these squares, And of course you apply glue onto the surface, and then your student would then begin to apply their squares, and they can pick whatever colors they want to make it whatever design they're looking for. Now obviously white doesn't show up on this paper very well, but the pink, the yellow, and the black and the red do. So for this particular geometric shape, you can see that it is approximately 5 tissue squares wide. So knowing that I guessed, and knowing these aren't exactly 1-inch squares, we can say that that side's approximately 5 inches. Then the next thing that the student would do would be to do the other side so that they could see. Again, see this side's a little long, it does go past. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but so this is just a guesstimation, but I believe it will drive home the idea of area and perimeter. For perimeter, obviously, they would then learn, okay, I am going to count up the number of squares on the sides and have them continue to fill in the squares so that they can see and have a visual of what a completed filled shape would be. And then the next step of the equation would be for them to write out, okay, what is the perimeter? What is the area based upon the number of squares that they have in their shape? Again, you can scale this up, scale it back, depending upon your group. The other thing that I would suggest, if you have a very advanced group, is put the drawing of the geometric shape on them. Tell them, okay, your limit is you have 60 square inches, and then have them work backwards and come up with all the possible dimensions that they could have for a shape. That way they could be utilizing those math procedures going forward and backwards, and we all know that sometimes we have those students that need that additional challenge to really think about it. So that is my project for Fun with Art. I think the bright colors, I think the filling in of geometric shapes will very much help a student get a visual concept and a visual representation of, okay, this is 3 inches on one side, 5 inches on the other, and there's 15 squares in here all together, so the area is going to be 15 inches squared. So I think that's a good visual for them. I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you so much.